Hello friends, welcome back to Jessie Kate Creates. It's Jessica here and I'm coming to you today with what I hope is a quick video. I just wanted to share some items I picked up recently. I have been doing pretty decent at limiting my shopping lately, especially at Dollar Tree. It's probably been like 2 months since I've gone in, which is pretty good for me, and this was all I purchased. Usually I don't love the paper pads from Dollar Tree because the paper is kind of thin and the quality of printing, it's okay, but I don't love it, so I usually pass. But these looked like thick, glossy papers, and the first sheet is really thin, but the rest of the sheets are like, they're thick. Like, they feel like poster board, honestly. So they feel like they're probably at least 100 pound, maybe. And I don't know if you can see, it looks like you get 2 of each sheet. Now there's no actual gold foiling on these, but there are some, like, I think what's supposed to be reminiscent of gold on some of these. But I thought these were just fun, bright patterns that you could probably, ooh, look at this one. This one's beautiful. You could probably play with and do a lot with. These kind of look like faux alcohol ink kind of a feel to them, or maybe watercolor. And of course you could do this yourself, but if you just don't like inky techniques like that, pattern paper is a great option. And I'm actually really shocked by how thick this paper is. Can you hear that? This paper is thick, y'all. Like, this is honestly thick enough that you could use these as card bases. And they're glossy. And I'm actually pretty happy with the quality of the printing of the ink on these. Sometimes with Dollar Tree paper pads, they almost look a little like, I don't know, like dusty, I guess, for lack of a better word. Like, they're just not very saturated. It looks like you can see a lot of like the white coming through, whereas these ones, I don't get that feel from them. You see how glossy those are? So yeah, you get a lot of different colors. I think these are beautiful, and a lot of them remind me a lot when I do my alcohol ink techniques. I like to use Dollar Tree poster board paper, and this is giving me those same vibes. And I believe it says these are 6x6. I'm just bringing them down to the corner of my mat. I know sometimes with 6x6 pads, sometimes they're a little big or a little small, but this looks like a true 6x6. Okay, so I'm thinking these just look like they'd pair well together, nice, bright, summery colors. So I thought I would try making some 3x3 mini cards really quick with some of these pop-up stickers. So I'm going to show you one of my favorite tips for using these stickers, and then I'll show you all the cards I made with them. I'm going to take one of the images. I'm going to take this guy. With a lot of these Dollar Tree pop-up stickers, a lot of times there's 2 layers of foam. Can you see that? So there's the one on the back, and then they're just like stacked on top of each other. You see? But it's all one image. So sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm going to try gently peeling these apart. And sometimes the glue doesn't stick, sometimes it does. Like this one, it's stuck pretty bad. And I know from experience, even if I rub that glue off, it's going to leave a little bit of an awkward stain. Do you see that? That little corner where the glue was. And that just doesn't look super pretty. So I will leave these stacked together. Now again, if you want to try peeling these apart, I always try to keep the top one nice and flat and bend the bottom one. Oh. I think I can get away with using both of these. Now for this one thing you will notice is the image that was on the bottom has a much bigger border than the image that was on the top. So I will usually just grab my scissors and fussy cut this layer too, so it's a little smaller. This is a personal thing. I just don't love the look of the wide border, but if you don't mind it, then you could totally just leave it and skip the fussy cutting. And look at that. Now we have 2 stickers from 1. So now let me share with you all of the cards I made. These were the first two, and this is when I came up with the layout. Since I really liked the background papers and the stickers, I figured I could keep things really simple and just show off those two elements. So once I figured out this layout, I just ran with it on all the cards to make bulk creating them a little bit easier. So I did the same thing here. I just used the big floral element on the card. Thought those turned out really cute. Same thing with this one. Now for some of the cards, same things for these ones too, but I did add that little angle. For some of the cards, the images that I used were too big to be like centered up at the top. So I just moved them. I rearranged things slightly so that everything would fit. So here, instead of this being, centered on the card, I just shifted it over and down so that the sentiment would still fit, but it's still definitely, the same vibe. So you can definitely, manipulate things to make them work for you and what you have on hand. Same thing with these pineapples. I just had to shift them down a little and it worked out just fine. Now with these two, you'll remember when I told you when I peel apart my two layers, sometimes it leaves a little stain on the layer, and that's what happened here. There was like a black stain that the glue left behind that I couldn't get rid of, so I was like, we'll cover it up by just sticking the sentiment over top of that so no one can see it. So that's what I did here. You can also see here I wasn't paying attention and I forgot to trim down the white layer on this one, but I think they both look just fine. So if you don't like fussy cutting, you definitely don't have to. It's still going to look good even if you leave it with a thicker white border. And then for the last set I did, I just had a couple images left and I didn't think any of them were big enough on their own to be a focal point of a card. So I just kind of combined them all together with the coconut shell and the little, I think that's supposed to be a hibiscus. I don't know, whatever flowers these are supposed to be. I just kind of put them all together and I thought that worked out really well. And it was a great way for me to once again cover up one of those glue stains that was left behind on one of the flowers. So there you have it. Those are the, 16 cards I was able to make. And I want to show you guys, I used all of the images in this sticker set. I didn't use the It's Summertime or Enjoy Summer because for me, those aren't sentiments that I would put on a card I'm giving to someone. But I don't know, maybe I'll use them at some point for something, who knows. But all the images I did use up, and I used 4 pieces from this paper pad from the Dollar Tree. So you can see I still have a ton of sheets left to use up. Oh, and I will show you the inside of the cards. Nothing fancy going on here. I used white card bases, so I guess I didn't need to put a liner in these, but I don't know. I know this is going to sound weird, but it always bothers me a little bit when the front of the card is really heavy and the back of the card is really light. So I pretty much always put a liner in my card, even when I'm using white card bases. But I think that's just a weird me thing. You don't have to do that. So yeah, those are the cards. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it inspires you and helps you think about ways that you can use some of the items that you might already have in your stash. I know that some of you are sticker hoarders like me, so this is just another way to use some of the ephemera you have in your collection or some of the pattern paper you have in your collection. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps me out. It helps other people to find my channel. And if you want to catch all the videos I put out, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you ring the notification bell, you'll get notified every time I put out a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in another video soon. Bye.